Today's topic is creative freedom, who decides? And I kind of want to touch on internal freedom, but also external freedom. Comfort zone is jazz, because jazz for me is improvisation. And that is freedom to me. And I can do mega contemporary jazz. I do Latin jazz, I do straight ahead jazz, I do jazz that sounds like neo soul and R&B. But I find comfort in knowing that I call myself a jazz artist. And it doesn't stop me from like branching out, because I feel it's a genre that is so wide. Jazz for me is not ching, chick-a-ding, chick-a-ding. You know, yes, it's under a big umbrella. And we could call it music, right? I don't feel that a genre is like jazz. But that's my interpretation, because for me it means improvisation and openness. Yes, please.
That's an interesting viewpoint.
Sorry, it's just because I want.
As a music collector, buy records, play them, DJ them, sell them. I think you kind of miss a trick there, because I think it's so personal to you. I can see it, I understand it. I myself roll my eyes when people don't get jazz. But when I go to my 9 to 5 and I say I like jazz, guaranteed they're not thinking about the music any of you guys are making. Okay, they're talking about trad jazz, Dizzy Gillespie, possibly Kenny G, and other things with respect. So I think you miss a trick. If we're trying to get into the industry terms of it, I think, yes, it's a shame that genres have, formed the last X amount of years. As Randolph pointed out, the early masters of contemporary music from Beethoven didn't have guidelines. They didn't know they were making classical music that they'd go to HMV to buy, people would buy in 50, 60 years' time. So I think you've got to kind of realise, if you're concerned about why you're being misunderstood, is that very much like what Jazz Refresh are doing, they're pushing the boundary of jazz. But I mean, for so long they've been doing their night, for example, and the kind of jazz in England and London never recognised them as jazz for almost 10 years. So you're kind of in that same category. If you kind of kill yourself to say I'm jazz, you will be misunderstood, because jazz is about progression. So actually what we think of jazz, yesteryear isn't what it is today. So that's the confusion, unfortunately, with a genre like jazz. I think it's very difficult to define yourself by that genre. You play a slippery slope if you do that.